Hi, I'm Pixel. So I don't like this game. Sonic Superstars came out last month, and I was pretty excited for it when the announcement dropped. I think it was Summer Games Fest. Yeah. I remember screaming like a banshee when it was announced. And, that's a shame because this game is garbage. It's not good. I really don't think it's good. And I mean, if you like Sonic Superstars, that's fine. That's not my problem. Cool, good for you. But like, I paid $60 for this game, and I don't have a lot of money. I'm poor. You know, I live in a little cat box, so I don't have a lot. So when I saw this game, I was just like, well, I need to check my priorities, and I checked wrong. Let's get into that because, like, this game has so much potential because it's riding on Sonic Mania. And it's a shame to see it drop the ball so hard. So, you start in Bridge Island, and I actually, like, I've seen people say that Bridge Island is a Green Hill Zone clone, but I don't agree with them. I think it can stand on its own. I think it's pretty good. It's a really good first impression of the game. And I remember really enjoying it. I remember speeding through it and I was smiling because I was like, oh my god, this is actually really good. This is going to be just like Sonic Mania. And I was pretty ecstatic about that. I was really excited. And then I noticed these like, I don't know what they are. They look like bananas. You can kind of see them on screen, but they're these things that fling you around. And I mean, I didn't think much of it at first. Like, oh, so that's pretty cool. Then you get to Act 2, and, it's just kind of the same. But then you reach the end, and then there's this boss fight. You get to fight Eggman and this giant. I don't know. It's like a giant bloop blop. We're gonna call it a bloop blop. You fight Eggman in a bloop blop, and you know it's an okay bloop blop. So that boss is fine, but what I don't like is that it takes forever. And like this is when I started to notice that the bosses have to go through these entire animation cycles before you can hit them again. So their moment of vulnerability comes only every I'd say like minute or so because like they're spending so much time doing these goofy and wacky animations that don't really mean anything. They don't amount to anything, and it gets worse as the game goes on. By the time you're at the final boss, you will be waiting for like 3 minutes to actually get it done. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't finish this game. I made it to the final boss, and I got so bored and frustrated with waiting. I ended up dying, and I was in the second phase of the final boss, and I died. So what happened after that? I found out I had to start over. Guys, I'm not joking. I closed the game. I closed it. This is me. This is just my perspective. This is what I did. I closed it, and I never opened it again because this game drags. That's its biggest issue. It just drags on and on. It doesn't help that the zones aren't really that interesting. We're gonna do this the easy way. So again, like as I said, I thought Bridge Island was okay. Speed Jungle, bro, this is peak. This is where the game peaks. This is where it peaks for me. I love the vines, and I love how you go flying like just through the jungle and the trees. And I love the music. The music is really good. Then you have Sky Temple. Now, I didn't really like Sky Temple because this is where the game starts to slow down. And it only gets slower from here, especially with that boss at the end of the stage. And I was really confused with the direction that the zone was going for. I'm not sure why there were certain things there. Like there was this gimmick where you had to like break blocks in this stage, and I'm not sure why that was there. And this is where I started to notice another issue with the game. And that's like another thing. There's no act 2. It just stops. And this happens with one of my favorite zones of the game, so that kind of pisses me off. Pinball Carnival. This is where I realized something. This game is really gimmicky. It's too gimmicky. I don't like how gimmicky it is. There's just like a new thing every 5 seconds, and like that's cool, but like please stick to one thing to make your zone unique. Like a lot of these just blend together because they're just thing after thing after thing. Oh, Press Factory. Let me tell you all, this is where the game gives up. It gives up here. It's not good. It stops being good. So, because of that, it just drops off. The music drops off. The level design drops off. It just becomes Sonic 1. And like, I don't know what went wrong here. I don't know what they were thinking. And it drives me crazy because we could have gotten so many good music tracks. We could have gotten so many good zones, just like Mania. Mania zones are ones that I am not entirely a fan of, but they were fun. They were interesting, especially the new ones. Press Garden, Studiopolis. I cannot begin to describe how good Mania zones are. So they just seriously dropped the ball here, and it doesn't get any better for the rest of the game. And that's sad because there's so much potential here. You have classic Sonic, you have this entire world, you have all of these interesting characters, and it's just wasted. Just wasted potential, gone in the abyss, in the Sega abyss, whatever that is. I don't think it deserves that. Which just leads me to my final point. I'm kind of tired of classic Sonic. Now, hear me out. I feel like in the last couple of years, we've seen a bit of an oversaturation in classic Sonic content. Because of that oversaturation in classic Sonic content, I think the quality of classic Sonic as a brand is decreasing. I think the games are getting worse, and I think they're only going to get worse from here. That's my fear, and that doesn't make me happy. I used to love classic Sonic. That was like all I played for a while. Until Sonic Forces came around, I feel like. And I just have a lot of nostalgic memories of classic Sonic. So it would be a shame to see these games under a bad light in the future, in the not so distant future. And with those recent Sega leaks about a game in 2024, that makes me worried. It makes me worried that they're milking this franchise, and I just want them to spend their time on working on these games, as they deserve more time. They deserve a higher budget. They deserve the world. And it'd make me pretty upset if they didn't get that. I absolutely loathe this pinball shit, by the way. But what do you guys think of Sonic Superstars? I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your comments. So leave a comment down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe, all that jazz. This is my first video on this channel. We got a ways to go because I want to make it to 1K. So like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later.